Alright, now let's tackle the next question. If you look at this question, these kind of questions are actually probably designed to intimidate all the students. Most of my students get really freaked out when they see a question like this because it looks like a puzzle. Whenever you see questions like this, you just need to remember that any SAT question will not take more than a minute to solve it. So it won't be too complicated. So in this question, some books are given to the class. If each student takes 4 books, this is the first condition, then there will be 20 books left. The second condition is if 3 students do not take the book out of all the students and the rest of the students take 5 books each, then all books are gone. So there is a condition 1 here and there is a condition 2 here. This is going to help you to find the answer for the question, which is how many books are donated to the class. There are 2 ways to solve this. If you're comfortable with the algebraic equation, there is an easy way. You can formulate the equation for each condition. Then you can easily find the number of books. Another approach is not to get into any algebraic equation. Substitute the answer choices to the conditions given. Then you can find the answer. I will explain each approach. So let's go to the first approach, which is formulating equations for the 2 conditions that are given. So this is approach number 1, where we use algebraic equations to find the answer. Just like any other algebra problem, you just define the variable for unknown number. In this question, we don't know what is the total number of students and we don't know what is the total number of books, which is the actual question. So if you define number of students as S and number of total books as B, the condition number 1, which is if each student takes 4 books, then there will be 20 books left. So that means if each student takes 4 books plus whatever the books that are left, that is 20 books. If you add all this stuff, you will get the total number of books. That is your equation number 1. And equation number 2 is for the condition 2, if 3 students do not take the book and the rest of all the students take the 5 books each, all books are gone. So that means total number of students minus 3 who didn't take the book and times 5 because each student takes 5 books. That will give you total number of books. So if you expand both equations, here it is 4s plus 20, here it is 5s minus 15, both are equivalent to b. So you can equate this with this. So you will get this equation. If you solve this, your S will be 35. The S is actually the total number of students. So the total number of students is 35. But we are not done yet. We found only the total number of students. The question is asking how many books were donated to the class. Once you find the total number of students, you can substitute this S into any of this equation, either equation 1 or 2. You will find the answer, which is 160. For example, let's say that you put 35 here. S is 35, 35 minus 3 is 32. 32 times 5 is 160. So the choice number C is the answer. So this is one approach where we found the answer using the algebra equation. Like I said in the beginning, if you're not comfortable with the algebraic equation, there is another way to do it. So let's look at that now. Alright, so the approach number 2 is take each answer choice. I will always start with the middle choice, which is C. I will start with C, and then I will see if the C is the correct answer. If the C is not working out okay, then you can go to B, then D, then A and E and so on. Most of the SAT questions will not you don't need to apply so many answer choices. Normally the middle one or B or D will be the right ones most of the time. Don't take my word for it, but most of the time that's how it happens. So let's start with the middle choice, which is 160. So if the total number of books is 160, that 160 has to satisfy both conditions. If it satisfies both conditions, don't look any further. The choice you took is the right choice. Just mark it and move on to the next question. Now let's apply this 160 to this first condition. So if the total books are 160, okay, what's going on? I need to choose a brush, I guess. Okay, so if the total number of books is 160, and if each student takes 4 books, there will be 20 books left, right? So out of 160, 20 books are not used, so 160 minus 20 is equal to 140. Each student takes 4 books, so divide this 140 by 4, which is 3 times 4 is 12, then you have 2 there, then 5 times 4 is 20. So now this 140 is easily divisible by 4. So this 160 choice, the choice of 160 total books is satisfying the condition number 1. Now apply the same answer to the condition number 2 using whatever the value you got for total number of students in condition number 1. See, in this case we found 35. This 35 is nothing but total number of students, right? For example, there's 140 books. Each student takes 4 books, then there will be 35 students. The condition number 2 says 3 students do not take the book and rest of the students take 5 books each. So out of 35, 3 people didn't take the books. So there are 32 students who took the books. Each of these 32 students took 5 books. When they take it, there are no books left. So 32 times 5 is 160. So we got the total books as 160, which is the assumption we took initially. Let me just go through this one more time. So the idea is we are substituting the answer choices into the question and then see if the answer choices consistently hold up to multiple conditions. So we took the answer choice 160 and then we put that under condition number 1 to see whether that answer choice hold up. It did. We had 140 after subtracting 20 books. That 140 was totally divisible by 4. With that we got a total number of students. With this knowledge, we went to the condition number 2 and we applied this condition number 2 to the answer choice we got. So the condition number 2 says 3 students did not take the book. So the people who took the books are about 32 students. So 32 students, each person takes 5 books, then it comes to 160. So this 160 consistently hold up. So this is another approach if you are not comfortable dealing with algebra equation. Suppose this is a homework for you. Suppose say that instead of taking a choice C, let's say you take choice B, which is 140. Try that now. Take 140 as your total number of books as an answer choice. Apply this number to both conditions to see if it holds up. It won't, but try it out.